and welcome back to the Lotus Reiki Healer Tarot channel. I love that. I love the little division there. Wait, I might have just ate. Yeah, if this is your first time, feel free to check out my other content here. If you are not new, then you know that we deal with topics that involve upgrades to our perspectives, upgrades to our mindsets, as well as, all of that in the with the intentions of upgrading our lives and the things that we are attracting and or aligned with. So again, we use tarot here as a tool for self-reflection, sometimes therapy, and things like that, so that we can, just be better off than what we came in with. So today we're doing a reading, and the topic is, what does your body want you to know about your health? This reading by no means is meant to replace your professional care providers, diagnosis and or, it's not meant to replace what you should be on top of, which is, looking into your health and staying on track with what any of your prognosis, diagnosis, and medication suggestions are. This is more so to shed light on what it is that might be making you feel, whether, negative or, maybe even unlocking things that you can present to your healthcare professionals, letting them know, like, hey, let's look into this, right? Stuff that may be underlying that we're not aware of. It is also meant to let you know if you're doing good or if you need to do better, right? In ways your body may be sharing with you, or kind of alerting you to, that we just kind of wait to the last minute to acknowledge. So we have 4 piles, and you can go ahead and evaluate and figure out which one you're gravitated to, and I will meet you at your pile. All right. Pile 1, if you chose the icon for, or this photo for your, your pile, then this is your reading. So let's find out what your body's messages to you are about your health. All right, what do we got? So I got some messages here. It says, get shit done, clean your act up, drama filled, water sign / water sign season, hustle up, open your heart. Okay, then we have the strength in reverse. We have the King of the King of Cups, that's it. King of Cups, the 2 of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands. All right, so I am seeing water signs significantly here. So you or someone that is a part of your health or affecting your health is a water sign. They could even be a water sign male. So that could be you or someone who, like I said, may be impacting your health. It could also be your medical provider being someone who's a water sign, or someone who is emotionally well regulated. Yeah, you may be in a very emotional state. I'm seeing a lot of water here, and I'm seeing that along with the message drama filled. So there may be a lot of drama around you right now, and while I see you navigating it very well, and maybe even moving through it at a fast rate, right? I could see this as something that's bringing you anxiety, right? Maybe you are someone who is determined to get to a certain point. You might be juggling a few things. And it's possible that I'm seeing that. Let me say this. This is what I'm getting. I'm getting that you don't necessarily have to do everything by yourself. I think that there is a need for you to stay on track with what it is you can control, right? I am seeing that with the hustle up and get shit done. It's not giving you an out, like, so you don't have to do the work. But I am picking up that there's a level of strength that you think you need, but that is possibly strength that's coming in or meant to come in as divine support. Clean up your act. Yeah. And perhaps with this being like a yellow card, I'm feeling like, and with the strength in the reverse, I'm feeling like you might not be grounded. Maybe you are very emotional or emotionally available to be triggered by certain things going on, but it's because you're not grounded. It almost feels like you're either overly emotional about what's going on or you're overly action-based. And open your heart chakra as well as clean up your act and the strength in reverse. I'm feeling like there's a level of anxiety that you, or even, right, there's like a juggling of these emotions and these energies of you feeling maybe ready to take action versus being emotional. Like, right, you're either emotional or you're action based. And I feel like you're juggling feeling calm about your situation, feeling confident about it, maybe even going into a trance space when it comes to like attracting it. But then it's like, oh, I've got to be action based. And I'm picking that your divine team wants you to focus on your root chakra, maybe get your root chakra more mature and or better regulated, because that way you're going to be grounded in your approaches to getting shit done. And again, you're not the one who's supposed to do it all. So once you come out of those two different overactive spaces, it's feeling like once you're like grounding yourself, like you make that a part of your like intentional habit, that you're gonna feel more safe in letting the divine meet you halfway in or just receiving external, help. Or right, like going with the flow. That's what I feel. Is there anything that I could see about your health? So if that made sense, then let's talk about your health. Get shit done. Open your heart. So definitely want to be able to work on your heart chakra, right? I mention that because when our chakras are out of alignment or they're underactive, right? They're out of alignment, which means they're underactive or overactive. It does affect certain body responses, right? Like physical responses when our chakras are out of whack. At this very moment, I don't know which ones are specifically heart, but I do have an example that in times where maybe, let's say your throat chakra is not in alignment, right? Overactive, underactive. There are physical repercussions of that may show up in thyroid health, being out of whack, and other things like that, right? And it shows up differently for specific chakras. So in this case, I am seeing that your heart is a part of what needs to, your heart chakra may be showing up in certain ways physically because of it being over or underactive. And I can definitely apply it to the screen. I was kind of hoping I didn't have to do many edits, but I do have to do edits anyway. So I'm going to just throw in what types of heart chakra repercussions we may physically see if we're overactive or underactive in that space. But I am seeing that the divine and these messages, your body wants you to clean your act up and take more action towards not necessarily getting shit done, right? Because there's a card literally out here saying get shit done. But to go within and balance this out, because there is an alignment, there's a fulfillment within your alignment. And outside of being aligned, you may be attracting certain health concerns because of not being in alignment. And so I hope that makes sense. Right, I am seeing a level of anxiety around drama. But I do, again, want you to remember, right, and this could be dealing with the fact that you're a water sign or someone who is a water sign is like, you know, kind of a part of that drama. And I say this to say that getting grounded within your heart chakra seems to be just like a cheat code. I'm almost thinking like it's going to help you in ways that overworking yourself into burnout, you know, like it's going to just help you put yourself in a position where you don't have to resort to like being burnt out in order for you to feel success or feel accomplished, or feel like everything is going to be okay. So I hope that helps. I will see you in another video. If you liked this message or resonate with it, feel free to like this video, share this video, and, you know, subscribe if you're not already. I'm going to move on. See y'all later. All right, pile 2. What's up, pile 2? What's good, baby? What's good, baby? I almost said what's good, Poppy. What's up with y'all? Who this is? Hold up. Who this is? I don't know you like that, baby. I mean, unless I do know you like that. And then if I do know you like that, then thank you for clicking on this video, I guess. Well, yes. Here we go. And shout out to you for supporting me. Let's move forward. What we got? Alrighty, so the message that your body wants you to know about your health, pile 2. I got you deserve love, journal, your efforts will pay off, African woman. And then the tarot cards I have is 5 of Swords, the Tower, Queen of Wands, 4 of Cups, and the Page of Swords. So to be honest with you, with the Page of Swords, and I didn't even see this or think about this with the Tower, but I get with the Page of Swords that there's absolutely something that you should be on the lookout for. And again, these messages are not to go against your professional care provider, primary care provider, like professional health advice. It's to supplement. So you could share certain concerns and, you know, kind of bring it to that space and get certain things tested or get certain things treated if you don't know about them yet. Journal, you deserve love. With your message cards, because it just looks very consistent in the colors that came out for you. I'm seeing sacral chakra, and I'm seeing, well, the pink could be root. I can see a lot of root here. Right, it's a hot pink. You deserve love. I don't know. Let me see. I definitely think that there's certain things that may even already be showing up for you, or signs. Like you might be getting certain inclinations that there's reason for you to be paying attention to your health. With the 4 of Cups and the Page of Swords, you may not be paying attention to those signs very much. You could also be overthinking them, right? I mean, I'm just getting that the cup is being offered, so it's not necessarily a bad thing, right? The 5 of Swords. Something's changing. Let me say this. I'm thinking that there is perhaps, and I'm going to say what I'm going to say, and then we can address it the way we're going to address it. I feel like there may be situations from your past with the 5 of Swords that you were left standing alone. You were left maybe standing, you know, tall on your own. Maybe even, you know, like bullied. Right, it feels like it was a space where you had to leave, and maybe you were someone who, yes, you did absolutely overcome it, but the people around you didn't think you would. Like nobody was betting on you to be who you are right now. Nobody was betting on you to stand into your power right now, or to be vibrant, to be lively, to, you know, stuff like that. That being said, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm just going to talk to you the way I'm going to talk and what I'm getting, a part of me feels like, what does your body want you to know about your health? I just feel as if there are certain things that are being over monitored, or like you might be paying attention way more to the bad than the good. This is what I'm getting. And I feel as if, I mean, if I'm talking about, what your body trying to let you know. I don't know. Let me say this. With the journal, we're getting there. With the journal, I feel like you might have, we talked about the heart, we talked about the sacral. You may not know or have come into yourself the way that you would if you were not carrying yesteryear with you. It just feels like there's this bogged down, low frequency energy or mood or vibes that you might be in as a result to your past. It could feel like it could feel like, let me tell you, and thank you for your patience, y'all. I want to give y'all some accurate messages, and I have the messages on my mind, but I need to get them up for y'all. What do I got? Let me say this. I think if you consider yourself depressed, right? If you consider yourself indifferent, if you consider yourself, maybe introverted and just like not interested in community, not necessarily hopeful, right? So what your body wants you to know about your health, this feels like mental health specifically. I see that very clear. You're not seeing yourself clearly is what I'm seeing. You're not seeing your situation clearly. There has been changes that you went through, but those changes have only stood to make you better. And you could be just like, burnt out or, like I said, indifferent to what's coming or what's new because you're over processing the past. Like, I guess what I'm getting is a message from your body to let your brain know that you're not doing what you're doing in vain. You're not, you didn't leave certain people behind in vain. The heartache, the maybe the loneliness, and things of that nature. I would even say the things that are coming in, it's not necessarily to harm you anymore, but you may have a certain level of defense up, or like, over protectiveness and over analyzing of what's coming in, but it's only because you are seeing it still through the lenses of your past. You're hurt from your past. Journal. You deserve love. Your efforts will pay off. African woman. You could be an African American woman. You could be an African woman from the motherland. Shout out to all of those demographics. In specific, we love you. We see you and we honor you. Or you could be dealing or have dealt with an African woman, right? You could be perceived as an African woman, a very attractive woman nonetheless. And or, I'll respect all genders. This may not be specific, but the message card actually does say African woman. So in some way that's significant. I'm thinking that, to be honest with you, and I could be, just overthrowing this out, but it may be necessary for you to journal what it is that you've gone through. You know what I mean? Maybe dump it into certain physical things so that you can burn it, right? Maybe you would eventually accumulate enough of your journaling to write a book, I'm seeing. Right? Because it almost looks like people want to pay attention to what you are sharing, or people are paying attention to what you have going on, but you're very melancholy about your process, but it's because you're overliving the past. You deserve love. You are loved. You need to know that. So your body wants you to know that your body loves you. I'm getting that. Your body is paying attention to how you feel. So you should be very cognitive about what emotions you're processing. And I'm seeing these are specific emotions that are going to be affecting your sacral chakra, root chakra, possibly your heart chakra, and your aura. I'm seeing that for sure. What is your body trying to tell you about your health? That your mind is affecting your health. And you need to release the past, release the feelings from the past, right? And I'm not saying that in any harsh way. I'm saying find ways to release it, right? Be intentional about what you are reinforcing in your brain because it's affecting your body. What do I say? Yeah. And I think that that's what this tower is saying. Although the tower talks about inevitability, this was possibly always supposed to happen to you. If there are any health concerns that come up, and I swear to God, I'm not trying to scare anybody. If there are any health concerns that are going to come up or have come up, or this betrayal, or maybe even this moment where you're coming to this reading and finding out, hey, I need to journal. I need to reset my mind. I need to know that my efforts are going to pay off. I need to know that people are paying attention to me. I need to know that people love me. I need to know that I deserve love. I need to know that my body loves me. All of these things, whatever it is, it was meant to happen. It was meant to happen to create new foundations that you could then build upon. So it's not meant to take you down. Nothing has been meant to take you down. Nothing can take you down. It's all meant to happen for your divine, journey. That's what I'm picking up. Yeah, you're the last one standing, if that means anything to you. And it makes you very admirable. It makes you somebody that people give a damn about. Right? Maybe people find you to be entertaining. They damn sure find you attractive. And again, if that goes against what you thought you knew about yourself, that is something you should start to reprogram yourself on. ASAP, no Rocky. Alrighty, if you like this reading or it resonated with you, let me know down in the comments. Check me out in another reading and share this video and come back for another one. What the fuck is you talking about? Alrighty, pile 3, let's go. Let's talk about it. All right, I'm trying to make sure. Yep, this was pile 3. Almost there, y'all. Almost there. 22 minutes ain't bad. 22 minutes ain't bad. Pile 3, what you trying to tell people about their health? I hate when people do that on, recording. So I would say I was going to edit that out, but I don't think I'm going to. Maybe you can hear something. Make it known that part needs to be paid attention to. Pile 3, let's talk about it. Pile 3, if you chose this icon, picture, whatever, this pile, then this is your reading. And we are going to be discussing what your body wants you to know about your health. All right, and again, this is not meant to replace any real professional advice or routine checkups that you have going on. If anything, it's meant to support any conversations that you have during that time. All right, and something to bring to your attention just in case it's underlined. Pile 3, let's talk about it. I almost called you another pile. If you were attracted to that pile, let me know in the comments. Pile 3, growth. Read between the lines. You are blooming. Get out in nature. Rest is required. Heal. Wintertime. Sure. I feel like this yellow wintertime is telling me something happened in the past winter. Maybe there was a lot of, one, maybe you have experienced a lot of indoorsness kind of behaviors, activities, maybe spending a lot of time indoors during the winter. However, your body wants you to know about your health. It is a different season. It's time to get outside. This reading is timeless, but we have just come into the spring equinox, and this is April 2026. But again, this reading is timeless. So you may be in the winter during this time that you're watching this video, and spirit or your body is letting you know that yes, it's winter, but still find ways to get out into nature, as well as the significance here in this season during 2026 is it says you are blooming. In April, right, spring equinox, things are blooming, right? There are a lot of pollinations that we're experiencing or witnessing. And I'll tell you this, in the event that you have allergies, your body is acknowledging that. However, it doesn't want that to be the reason why you don't get out into nature. Your body wants you to know that you are blooming. So if things are changing on your body or you're feeling kind of different, you know, you are growing. And I think that that is on a certain level that shows, that affects you in ways that may not make sense. However, it's because of growth. Read between the lines. Yeah, give me a second before we move on. Rest is needed. Reading between the lines, rest is needed, heal. I just feel like with that, it's saying that there's a thin line between being active and being in rest. And that your body needs both in order for, your body needs both in order for there to be growth. And I promise you, I didn't mean to make that rhyme. That's literally how I heard it. Read between the lines. Rest is required, heal. And it says, like, your body needs both taking action, like getting out into nature, as well as rest in order for you to grow, right? In order maybe for there to not be health issues that grow. Reading between the lines. I also feel like it's saying like moderation. So if you are someone who, like me, has been taking rest and healing so seriously, you know, because of certain things I've gone through recently where I'm like, oh my gosh, I have a year and a half that I need to rest and reset from X, Y, and Z. You know, so your body is supporting, yes, you do need rest. You need to heal. Absolutely. Your body is saying, we don't discount that at all. We're not debating that at all. However, your body also needs action. Your body also needs restoration. Your body also needs movement because you're blooming. And I feel like I get from this message, when it comes to that message, that your body is wanting and supposed to be changing in abundant ways, right? So you might be someone who's looking to gain weight intentionally or build muscle intentionally, and your body wants to support your goals. That's what I'm picking up. So get out into nature. I feel like with that message, with the winter card, whether you know what I mean? Despite where you are in this timeline, it feels like your body is saying, if you do balance rest and, action well, that you're going to see your body change during the winter time. Like you're going to see a difference in your body by this time in the winter. And it's going to be a positive change with the You Are Blooming. Let's get to your tarot cards because these are some really good cards. We got the 10 of Pentacles. We got the Queen of Swords. We got the Ace of Pentacles. We got the 7 of Swords. And we got the 6 of Wands. And I think that just supports what the messages were. There's an abundance about you. There's an abundance that is within the time frame, the timeline that you're currently in. And it's giving... Right. It's giving that your body wants to support your growth. That's just what I'm getting. I don't even know if we have to go through with our entire whatever. Your body wants to support your goals. The divine is interested in, I guess, and like I mentioned for this pile, if you picked another pile, then this message supports that pile. It's as if it's meant to be. It's as if this is a part of your journey, your timeline. And so it's not just you that your body and the divine isn't like, oh, we just bullying you around. We want to make you do this. We want to make you do that. The divine is like, baby, you're meant to have a six pack. You're meant to have a fat, butt. You're meant to have an active, athletic style looking body. You're meant to, like, this is your lore. This is who you are. This is how your highest self would appear. And that's also what I'm getting with the tarot cards. And so it's saying, like, in order for them to support you in the ways that's already destined for you to be, you have to get and do what it's asking you to do, whether that's intentionally resting or intentionally taking action and having a balance with it. Spirit is like, your body is like, hey, we want to do what you want to do. What you want is what we want. So you got to show up equally and balanced between both lines. The Seven of Swords, right. And let me say this, you may not even understand. You may not have come into the reading knowing why your body was giving you certain heads ups, or knowing why certain people may even, think certain complimentary things about your body. But again, this is divinely planned. This is divinely ordered. Six of Wands, or Six of Swords, Seven of Swords. Let me say this, with the Seven of Swords and the Six of Swords, I just feel like the divine feel like you playing. Your body feel like stop playing, so that y'all can get to getting. It feels like you might be someone who is, intentionally taking it slow, and the divine is like, baby, I need you to get this information, this extra sword from the Six of Swords. I need you to get this extra information so that you could be in alignment with what you said you want and what we've divinely implanted into you for you to want. So that if you want a flat abs and this and that, long hair, all of this other stuff, maybe even an enhancement of your health, your overall health. The divine is like, girl, we want that too. Girl, guy, we want that too. However, you got to act like you want it throughout the seasons. You know what I mean? Like, maybe even with the wintertime, the divine, your body is like, the winter is over, so we're done hibernating. Get your ass up. And that's what I've got for pile 3. I hope that helps. Let me know if this resonates with you in the comments, and catch me on another, installment, and share this video if you think it will help. I will see you in another one. Later. Alrighty, pile 4. If you chose this pile, then let's talk about it. Because what in the heck is going on here? What is happening in this world we're living in? All right, I see sacral, root. Could also be aura. It could also be heart. Both. That's solar. And it's possibly just like loud, trying to get your attention. I got the 10 of Cups. I got 5 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. Exercise, trust your inner guidance. I said inter. Both of y'all toxic, whatever that means. And meditate. Okay, let's see. Let's see what this message. What is your body trying to tell your what is your body trying to tell you about your health? Let's see. Thank you for your patience. I want to make sure I'm getting this. All right. Both y'all toxic. I had a message for it, but it went away. Well, I guess pay attention to what you're eating. You might be giving into your cravings a lot in this pile. Like, both y'all toxic. You might be giving into your cravings, and the food that you may be going for because of your cravings are also toxic for you. And so your behavior is toxic, as well as what you're eating is toxic. And that's a problem. Your body is telling you. Meditate. You need to ground yourself. I'm seeing this is a sacral chakra grounding. I'm also feeling like maybe there's some exercises sacral chakra like that you could do to strengthen your willpower, your self-identity, your you know what I mean? I believe it's also creativity or sensuality and things like that. Trust your inner guidance. Yes, I'm feeling like it's time to go within. Really consider what you're eating, what it is that you're eating and how it is affecting your body. Listen to your body, exercise, and then, listen to your body while you're exercising. Stretch, I'm picking that up too, like maybe some Pilates or some intentional stretching. I'm also picking up your back, maybe something that you want to exercise and or stretch. Meditate. Yeah, there's like definitely some intentional ish going on here. Your body wants you to be getting grounded into your body for sure. I'm also picking up with the sacral chakra and the root chakra. There may be a release that is necessary, like an emotional release, based on maybe toxic situations that you've experienced or are experiencing. All right, we got the 10 of Cups, the 5 of Pentacles, and the 7 of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. I feel like something new wants to come in to your life, period. You may have recently experienced some type of ousting or separation from, family, friends, some type of group and or a loved one. And so Spirit wants you not to stay sad, right? I'm seeing the 7 of Pentacles. Don't stay in negative energy during this time. Really get into your body. Don't go into your mind, right? I'm also feeling like it's a time to exercise your free will when it comes to how you handle this process of separation and or waiting, right? Because that's another thing. That it could be something where you are having to be patient during a process of feeling like you're on the outside of something. In spirit, your body wants you to know, and you might even feel like appropriate to mope around. You may even feel like it's appropriate to lounge around, not do anything, or like bed rot or doom scroll or whatever. And Spirit is saying, use this energy, use this time to meditate, to stretch, to exercise, to, trust in, like, get within your body. Because I feel like with this, both of y'all are toxic. If you are processing, if you're sitting in negative emotion or energy, you're going to release that from your brain. And that's going to be, one, your new quote unquote identity, but it's also going to be the, right? It's going to be what you align with. You don't want that, right? You want to just be intentional about it. You also would be releasing negative hormones, chemicals from your brain. Whereas if you got out of that mode of, bed rotting and just ruminating, that you could start releasing positive chemicals with the same amount of time that it's going to take for either way, while you're just meditating and exercising, being intentional with what is going on. This is trust your inner guidance. It's almost like treat your inner goddess, treat your inner being. Decide how you want your body to process this stuff. And what does your body want you to know about your health? I'm just trying to see if there's another message. If you did experience some type of separation or some type of, anything that made you feel like you're on the out, just know that wasn't the best option for you anyway. And so you didn't lose anything. I do also get the message that in time of you building these positive habits as a result of this experience, because another pile I mentioned, like, this was supposed to happen. This was supposed to happen so that you can be more intentional about what it is you do with yourself when stuff like this happens, right? It's building up your resilience. It's building up your positive self-talk. I wanted to say building up your positive reactions to things that may not be affecting us or making us feel so hot. It's like literally you initiating yourself in this higher level of responses to things that could be inconvenient, right? Or upsetting or disappointing. Yeah. Both of y'all are toxic is what's pointing out to me. Also know that with your meditation and your exercise and really, creating these different habits, it's feeling like you are going to be creating certain habits that will exercise you from not being so toxic moving forward. Anyhow, this was meant to be a short reading, but informative, and I hope that it has been all of the above. I want to thank you for clicking on this video. If this video or message resonated with you, please, 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 please find it in your heart to like this video. Comment if you feel called to, and meet me on another one. Catch my old content as well as stay tuned for new content. Thank you, love you, and I'll holla at you. Bye.